Have you seen that replay, buddy?
All right, man, I'm done talking to you.
You can't be done talking to me right here facing me.
I back. Trust me, I back.
Dana! 60 G's, baby!
But I'm not impressed by your performance.
It's normal. Come on, guys. It's normal.
Ele tem nothing. Ele tem nothing.
I'm the man of the hour, Joe. Too sweet to be sour. What you see is what you get, and what you don't is better yet. I'm the women's pick. I'm the men's regret. And if you win against Chael Sonnen, you made a bad bet.
I don't have much left to say other than you have seen nothing yet.
What is happening, Fight Week Show people, Fight Week Show fans? Then we are back with another episode of Dust Up Shakedown. And as always, I am joined by the boys from across the pond who are sweating off their absolute balls. Yeah, I mean, they're over there, their balls is hot. They can't even handle the heat. I don't even want to be thinking about that shit. Talking backstage before we came up here and to talk about how it is. No thank you from a little white guy from Scotland. I ain't into that, son. I'm going to stay over here where it rains a lot. You know what I mean? So let's just go around the panel. We have got S-Dogs, we have got Crossover, and we are joined by our brother from South Africa. He's stepping in for Yao. This brother never even turned up. He's late. He's probably going to be muted anyway, even if he did turn up. We got cracking, you know what I mean? So what's cracking, boys? S-Dog, let's start with you.
Dude, we were just talking about it before we came on. I feel like I haven't seen the boys since last Wednesday with Adrian Sanchez. It's good to hop on with the boys. It's good to see Kraken on the show. Let's fucking go, son. Crossover, McDane. I am so happy that fights are back this weekend, but we got some badass news to talk about, boys. How the fuck have you been, young Crossover?
Man, I've been good, man. You know, last weekend, got out to see Fury FC. Missed chopping it up with the boys, man. It feels good being back in here with y'all and looking forward to the show.
Boom. And then let's come to the man with the head guard. You know what I mean? This brother's always protected, whether he's in the bedroom or he's on the streets. Doesn't go anywhere without that protection. You know what I'm saying? Kraken, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm just freezing my balls off in this Joburg weather. Hey, man, I got the heater. I got the heater right here, man. So I always stay strapped, like I said. I always stay strapped.
Wild, isn't it? That is wild. I mean, like we're like in May, amping up for the summer coming in. He's over there in South Africa, like winter's coming, bro. Yeah, he's like Jon Snow, Jon Snow over there. Unreal. Unreal. Who we got rocking up in this chat? We have got Mike Lover. What is happening? Well, Chico will be on later. Who's Chico? Who we're referring to as Chico? We got Will Terry. Is that Chico?
Lil Terry. No, that's Lil Terry's boy, though.
Oh,
Chico.
Nice. Bot Rex. Yeah, let's not have a bot and fuck you. Let's go from
Big
Crossover
Zach.
himself. Big Zach Dolwyn's in the house. We have got Taron Brown. What's up, boys? And then we got Crossover just replying to him. So let's have a little crack. So we got some videos here from Leroy. We're going to be covering all the news of MMA over the last week. So I know Leroy's put up maybe 3 videos and we can go from some talking points from there. If you boys got anything else that you want to chuck in and discuss, I know I've got one thing that I seen yesterday that I want to throw in there and get your thoughts on. I feel like Cross already knows what the script is.
I know where we're going. I know where we're
going. So we'll have a little look, see what the first video is that Leroy has put together. Also, as you've noticed, Ola is not here tonight. I want to give a massive shout out to Ola and his wife. 22 years wedding anniversary. Yeah, I mean, she deserves a medal for putting up with that bumper clap.
Absolutely.
Yes, she
Absolutely.
Absolute rascal out of a man putting up for him for 22 years, man. Yeah, I mean, like, unbelievable. Definitely deserves a medal.
I can only imagine like the laughter that like goes on being around all the time, dude. 100%. Hilarious.
Either that or she's absolutely cracking up and ready to snap his neck 95% of the day. Yeah.
Yep.
Drecker's having a potentially broken foot and maybe being on 7 months is probably the biggest news this week. Hold up. Wait a minute. We'll come to that in a little bit. Let's run this first clip.
The PFL's Don Davis posted to X with an official announcement of PFL Africa. Davis posted, PFL Africa launches this July. 32 fighters from 14 nations compete in 4 single elimination events to become PFL 2025 African Champion. This will be the 3rd regional league from PFL MMA. May 6, major press announcement with fighter roster and event location details. #PFL MMA, #PFL Africa. This coincides with the broadcasting deal inked back in March, which saw the PFL and Sub-Saharan African pay-TV broadcaster Supersport. Naturally, this will include their strategic partnership with the MMA superstar and chairman of PFL Africa, Francis Ngannou. What do you guys think of this event announcement? Where can we expect the event to take place? And what role will Francis Ngannou play in PFL Africa?
So we got the PFL landing on the continent of Africa before the UFC even thinks about stepping foot over there. I'm going to come to my man on the ground on this one. Kraken, let's come to you first, brother. What's your thoughts on PFL Africa? How's it going to work? And do you reckon it's going to open up the doors for more international promotions to be coming over to the continent and holding some events there as well?
Yeah, first of all, man, I would just like to think, let me just say, the market for South Africa, for African MMA down here in Southern Africa is really big. So I think like the PFL are making a really big statement by coming to Southern Africa, because we have EFC and we have Cameron Simons versus promotion. So I think it's kind of smart, and them signing with Supersport, which is like the big broadcaster in Africa. I think they're gonna surpass the AKO by Kamaru Usman. And yeah, man, I'm happy and excited to see them coming through. Let's see what they can do. I hope they can just shake up whatever like monopoly that the EFC currently has, because they don't pay their fighters like that. Because even the fighters, I know UFC has payment problems, but the fighters here are complaining, and the fighters are out here doing bare knuckle slap fighting. They do it like, we literally have Iga Cabeza, who's like probably the greatest MMA fighter to have ever existed, and nobody knows about him because he doesn't have his papers in order to be able to travel overseas. And he's a pool boy. He's a pool boy. He cleans pools for a living, besides being the greatest African fighter. So I'm looking forward for the PFL to come to Africa, and yeah, let's see where they go with this.
Yeah, I think that is definitely something that needs to be cracked. You know what I mean? You find a lot, there's no money in MMA, like worldwide. Like you can get to the UFC and you can start making, first contracts, you 10K, and that's how it goes from there. And then you work your way up. Not a lot of the fighters actually make it to the big bucks, the big contracts that we see some of them on. Like some of the veterans are going to be on quite a decent amount of money because they've been with the promotion for so long. It's like time served. You know what I mean? Your service gets you to a point where your contract's pretty decent. Obviously, depending on how well you do as well. But you find that a lot of the people that are on these 10Ks, they start off still having to work a job. You know what I mean? I know Terence Bollello, like he's still having to go and work. You know what I mean? Adrian Sanchez is having to put up backer buddy, you know what I mean, to try and help with the payment for his camps and whatever else it is needing, his medicals and all the rest of it. They're all got to pay for that all themselves. You know what I mean? So hopefully this does start bringing more eyes. And like you say, there is the monopoly a little bit from the EFC. And yes, there's more promotions internationally, but the UFC still hold that monopoly worldwide as well, which is crazy. There's just nobody making that reach. But I think for PFL to land there, see what they can actually invest into it, see what they can do with Africa, and with the backing of Francis Ngannou, who's a massive ambassador for it. Hopefully he's going to push for a good few things for the fighters, and they can see some more money coming from it. S-Dog, so let's come to you, bro. Where do you think Francis Ngannou is going to place in this headline event, or do you reckon he's just going to be a face for the promotion to push on that side of the world?
I think him being a headline event for the first show in Africa would be insane. No matter who they put him up against, we would all watch it just because it's Francis Ngannou, and he's like the perfect guy to be the ambassador over there. I'm a bit sad though that they did it before the UFC. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I know the UFC, like with the PFL card, let's be real, boys, it's gonna be exciting. I'm super pumped for it because I know Africa, like my boy was just saying down there, the Kraken was saying, there's so many studs, boys, that we don't even know about. Like as I've gotten into EFC recently because of y'all, because of Yao, Ola, Adrian, Big Shot, all the boys over there, like I have really like respected these boys are out there scrapping. There's guys that we have no idea about that. As I've watched these EFC cards, I'm like, holy fucking shit. Like, imagine there's so much more talent out there we don't even know about. So the PFL going over there, it's not going to be maybe the greatest card, but it's going to be a fun ass experience. And I think the main thing they should do to bring it all together is have Francis headline that thing, son, and just let him go in there and absolutely murder somebody and have that crowd go insane. But he's going to be the perfect ambassador for it.
Yeah, 100%. Cross, I'll come to you on this one. Do you think the PFL are going to take over a lot of the names that they've got already, or are they going to look at the like of Cameron Simon's promotion? Are they going to look at what Usman's been doing over there? Do you reckon even looking at the EFC and see who they can headhunt, who they can pick? Because I think if you want to get the local build on that and you want to really get the backing from the countrymen, there is bring in some of the local names.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think this is a very smart move to get a little foothold on an entire continent before the UFC. Makes complete sense. Hopefully, just like I think it's really gonna matter. Like, just like my brother Kraken was saying, the broadcast partners over there in Africa, making sure like people over there are able to watch it, and then also make sure it's seen over here in the States. And you can put on events, because I mean, there's plenty of fighters over there. Like, I don't even think a lot of people would even really care about the quality so much as to know like this is something that they have to build up. But I love it. And then on top of it, maybe it'll motivate the UFC to finally go over there and hold an event.
Yeah.
Yeah, should definitely open up the market, especially with like the local authorities and whoever else needs to actually give it, like the commission, as they could call it. You know what I mean? So that's why, right, this is what we need to do to get you over. Is it Kraken? Is there any like talk on where it's being held? Is it a stadium? Is it like an arena? Like, where's it at?
I just found out about the PFL like being official now. So, but like, hopefully they, I don't know. Yeah, hopefully they could do it in an arena, but like it's kind of like sketchy, because like the MMA market isn't that big, to be honest, because it's primarily white people who are gonna be able to afford that.
Whoa,
whoa,
listen.
No, it's all good.
Because like because even we currently have Kevin Lorena fighting for a WBC title, and the tickets have not sold, been selling that well, and I'm looking at because he's doing an arena, and you can see that like even though he has the white people money backing him, you need the black people to fill the empty seats, because even at EFC, it's primarily the black people. It's primarily the black people. So hopefully they can do it like in an arena, but make sure they decrease the prices, because maybe a decent price could be maybe 200 to 300, 300 rand. I don't know. I think that's like $30. And if they wanna push MMA like that, I think what they should be focusing on is capturing the black community. Like, because even Drickus, when he was celebrating his first title win, like it wasn't in his home base. There weren't as many supporters. There weren't as many supporters.
That is one thing that Yao's raised before as well. Even for the UFC, he thought about it from an economic background. He was saying it's literally because of the conversion rate from dollar to rand. He was like, are they feasibly going to be able to do it? Because if you think like what they charge us, you know what I mean, for a seat just off the floor in the first tiers, they're charging us in the UK £350. You know what I mean? So what's that going to look like in rands? You know what I mean? That's thousands and thousands and thousands of rand. So
it's hundreds of thousands, because I even saw the ticket prices, just comparing like the ticket prices from UFC London or UFC in the US, because like, those prices get to like a teacher's salary, teacher's annual salary, a teacher, and that's crazy.
Yeah, that is pretty wild. You know what I mean, again, it's just pricing people out, especially when you look at it from that point of view, where it's like an annual salary to try and get a ticket to go to one of these things. Like, there's something they really need to do to change that, to be able to actually fill a stadium or an arena or whatever. Now, how much is an EFC ticket for you guys?
EFC tickets are even crazier. I get them for free. You see, I get them for free. But an EFC ticket is like 800 rand. Or the VIP ones, which are kind of like the ones that you kind of would want, because you get the whole experience with the drinks and the food. That's like 2,000 rand. That's $200, I think, like plus minus, like $200 or 150. So, and that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money in this current economy. That's a lot of money, because
Is
even
that-
the white people are complaining.
Is that unlimited food and drink?
Yeah, it's unlimited food and drink.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, Kraken. That's not a
Yo,
bad deal.
That's
not
a pretty good deal,
brother.
bro. I'd be in there, pockets full of fucking cheese rolls and all sorts of shit. Yeah, I mean, but I paid for this. Get the fuck away.
Because Kraken, I was about to
Every
say, like,
time.
crossover. How much did you pay to go to Fury? Amateur event?
Fury was 75.
$75, and that's for an amateur event. That's like nobody's pro. You don't know none of these guys going even into the event.
Well, saying that at Cage Warriors last weekend in Glasgow, the tickets range from about £30 to 100, 120. Yeah, I mean, there wasn't anything crazy on there. Like,
Yeah.
And then, but saying that the 100 and 120 or whatever was literally like front row, second row, third row, away from the cage. Yeah, I mean, you're right there, right at the action.
Yeah, man, you get to like interact with Drickus and them if they're coming in. Like it is worth the experience. But like, imagine having to like, that's just for the day. 2,000 rand is what, like a retail worker's monthly salary.
Try explaining that one to the missus when you got kids and mouths to feed. Yeah, I mean, she's like, fuck no, you ain't going to no MMA show. Yeah,
yeah.
Man.
You'll be out there umpiring like my man over here trying to make some extra bucks.
Yeah, you will, dog. Yeah, you will. And Kraken, do you know who this is right here? Do you know who Maxwell Nano Dejantu?
Oh, you don't know, right? Dejantu.
Nah, I don't know Maxwell, man. I don't know Maxwell.
That's another name I've not heard of as well. But again, that's the whole point of this shit. Yeah, I mean, bringing the eyes onto these boys that you don't know. He could be absolutely phenomenal. Man over here thinks he's gonna win the heavyweight title. Combat Sports today. Massive shout out to you boys. Yeah, I mean, make sure you go and drop a follow, a sub, a like, all of that stuff to them people. So whilst we're on Africa and whilst we're on South Africa specifically, let's get to this Drickus and Hamzat talk. Yeah, I mean, so there's rumors flying around right now that what were they saying before? This man's broke his toe, broke his foot. God knows what the fuck he's done. You know what I mean? So, boys, do you believe it? Do you believe it?
Toss that to crossover. I think he's the perfect guy to start it off.
I believe the injury reports. Like, I definitely believe Drickus is hurt. I mean, after he beat Izzy, he said Hamzat's the guy. Like he knows who that title defense needs to be against. Like, everybody understands who's Drickus is the champion. He's not the biggest star in the division. Like, that's just it is what it is. Like, Hamzat has that super killer hype train behind him. He's got a whole community behind him. And as the champion, that's the fight you want. It's gonna bring the most eyeballs, the most money to your pocket if you beat him, and all of those fans now respect you. So I definitely know Drickus wants to fight. It's very unfortunate because it's my most looked to fight. Honestly, like I'm so ready to see Hamzat in a title fight.
I think everybody is. It's been a good few years in the waiting, especially like with the injuries and then obviously like weight cut problems and all the rest that he's had, like everything going into it. And then you see what he does when he gets it. Like when he actually gets there, he's a killer. Yeah, I mean, but the build up and actually trying to get there is just the ball ache of it all. Yeah, I mean, I want to give a big shout out here to Mecca. Woohoo! Yeah, I mean, always holding things down so we can live the good life. Love, I hope you have a good weekend or a good week and a good weekend away in Wales, wherever it is that you guys are going to just chill out. Yeah, I mean, so Sterling, let's come to you and let's talk about Kyle Barallo tuning in. Who do you think Hamzat should be coming up against?
I was just about to say, dude, while Crossover was talking there, I was looking up the rankings real quick. And I mean, boys, he's fucking beat everybody I was going to say he should fight. He's beat Sean twice. He's beat Robert. I think Hamzat literally is the only guy for him to. It's the only fight to go forward. Like Kyle Bahia would be fun. I'm not gonna lie to you, but bro, I think him versus Evloev is a perfect matchup. That's perfect. Let the winner of that then see who gets the title. But dog, I'm with Cross here. Hey, we got to see Hamzat fight in the title. And him versus Drickus is the press conference is going to be fun as fuck. The ceremonial weigh-ins, the stare down before the fight, the whole thing's going to be amazing. And then the fight's going to play out incredible, I think. So I think Hamza should be next. I mean, Kraken, what do you got, dog?
Yeah, man. Personally, I'm kind of sad and bummed out that like I'm kind of sad but relieved also, because they said he might be out 6 months, Drickus. So hopefully UFC can get their shit together and kind of like make the fight in Africa, But yeah, man, like what I know for a fact is that at Team CIT, those guys train like maniacs, man. They train like maniacs. So I do think that Drickus might have had that injury because remember his last fight, I think his last fight with Whitaker, he said he had an injury and he kicked with that leg first. So I think it might have been that leg and it hadn't healed completely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him and Hamza, because I remember, like, I think they were in Fight Island, where Coach Mornay said they took a picture with Hamzat when Hamzat was like really climbing the rankings, and the post said, "We're gonna moor him one day," meaning we're gonna beat this guy up one day. And man, it's crazy to see that. Like, I thought Drickus was gonna be like a challenger, and Hamza is the challenger, and it just shows you how the MMA gods are really nothing to play with. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing that fight, man. So yeah.
Yeah, I think the build up for that one was going to be crazy as well. You know what I mean? Because Drickus is cold with it sometimes when he gets on that mic. He comes out with some shit that you did not expect to come from him.
He's made two grown men cry.
Mm-hmm.
Literally made two grown men on stage cry. Like he's nasty with it. Like he's like Bryce Mitchell has nice one-liners. Drickus is just evil with it, bro.
Oh, he cuts deep straight away. He doesn't mess around. You know what I mean? He goes straight for the jugular, and he's in there, and he's just like, right, what's the dirtiest thing I can get on you? And I'm saying it. You know what I mean? You're gonna remember this shit for weeks.
I do think the Izzy fight though was just a lot going on in his life at that time too. Like remember he got pulled over with the cops, got pulled over, had that little incident, and then also was going through the whole thing with his ex trying to take all his money from him for just dating or whatever. And then finally getting over the Alex Pereira hurdle. Yeah. And then now your first defense, Sean. Like, I just think emotionally, it took everything out of Izzy. Like, just that whole time frame.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but also when he gets in the cage with Drickus for the first time and he's going at him, and then Drickus goes, "I'm no brothers of yours, son." That's clean. Just think of that like on the spot. Like Izzy comes up in his face and saying some crazy shit that I cannot say. But as he's saying it, you just see Drickus composed as fuck. He just looks up for a second and just, "I'm no brothers of yours, son." And you're like, "Oh, that's cold." He's just nasty. He's just an evil dude, man. And I've become a DDP fan slowly.
Slowly but surely. No, he was always good, but it was always the controversy behind him with obviously his breathing and his nose and his cardio. Yeah, I mean, how long is that gas tank going to go? But he is just like an absolute drunken dog that just keeps pushing forward. Like you don't even know what he's going to do next. You know what I mean? So one other thing that I wanted to just go off on this one was the Kyle Burrello and Hamzat footage that keeps getting dropped. Well, more images than footage. Well, what are you guys making of that? Yeah. Or Kyle was like, "Oh, it's just training, dog." Yeah, I mean, Kraken, we'll come to you on this one. Do you think that really kind of shows the way that fight is actually going to go, or do you think Kyle Burrello will be able to survive that first round and keep pushing? I always say it. Yeah, I mean, I said it with Rob Whittaker. You get past that first round with Hamzat, and it's anybody's fucking game. We've seen it with Usman. We've seen it with Gilbert Burns. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, but you've got to be that level.
I think Hamzat is just a beast, man. He just needs somebody. Because I remember there was like footage of Drickus like getting like all his teammates trying to take him down, and like Drickus just defended all those takedowns. So I think like Hamzat is just that strong, and he has that hype, because Hamzat doesn't think when he goes into fights. Even when he's like walking out, bro, he bumps like security guards and everything, and he just wants to get in there. So I think like he's gonna take, if they do the interim fight, he's gonna take the fighting nerds guy out, because I personally think Hamzat is just that strong. But bro, Drickus is a beast, man. Like coming from a South African, come on, man.
Yeah, not biased at all. The man's also, and they're also obviously if he's going to be out for 6 months, they're talking about being for the interim belt. You know what I mean? So it'll be interesting to see who does win that fight, and then how Dricus comes back and performs. You know what I mean? Because he's going to make sure that he comes back and solidifies himself as the champ, whoever he's against. You know, he's going to feel dirty having somebody dispute the belt from him. Yeah, I mean, so but we can move on to the next one. Let's have a quick run of the chat here and see who else we got popping up. Wayne is in the house. What's happening, dude? Cheers for joining as always. You know what I mean? What's Zach Dolan saying? Sounds like copium. I think Izzy's just washed and would get KO'd by Brendan Allen these days.
Brendan Allen?
Izzy's walking around talking to David Goggins, people talking to David Goggins, but at the same time, that's a little bit of a perfect segue to run this next clip. So let's have a look at this one, boys.
Israel Adesanya is hungry for redemption. After losing his middleweight title to Sean Strickland at UFC 293, the stylebender is itching for a rematch. In a recent interview, Adesanya opened up about his drive to face Strickland again, saying he thrives when the odds are stacked against him. This time, I'm going to come at him correct, Adesanya said. I used to get bullied a lot as a kid. He's an embodiment of that, in the sense that he attacked young me, my inner child, so I want to get some get back for him. Israel Adesanya is currently on a 3-fight losing streak after losing the belt to Sean Strickland, challenging unsuccessfully Dricus du Plessis for undisputed, and most recently in a main event to Nassourdine Imavov. Strickland, on the other hand, after defeating Adesanya, immediately lost the title in a close decision to DDP, followed by a decision victory over Paulo Costa, and most recently losing the rematch to the current champ, Dricus du Plessis. Is this the time to make that fight? How do you see this one playing out? And does Israel Adesanya still have what it takes to beat the stylebender?
So, Cross, we're going to come to you on this one, bro. Like, we've seen one man that wasn't doing too great and was on a bit of a skid, team up with David Goggins and try and get in there, change his mindset and come back. And Leroy's going to hate me for this one, but Tony Ferguson. And it didn't make damn bit of a difference. So do you think training with David Goggins, whatever he's doing, hanging out with his brother, is going to change anything for Izzy? Or, as my man said before, is he just washed? Is he done? Is it his time? You know what I mean? Father time, nobody can evade it. He had his run, and here we are.
I mean, I don't think Izzy's washed because, I mean, even like really what it is he's gotten a little older, and the speed and the reaction time of him like just missing those shots back in his prime is him just getting caught by those shots now. And then you got to think like he's getting caught by shots from like the elite dudes in the division. Like he's not washed. He's just not the same guy we know him as. I definitely think a fight with Strickland, I don't think he has to worry about, I mean, getting finished. I mean, that's not what Strickland does, even though he clipped him in the first fight. But even then, I think it'll be, you can make a build up in the fight with it being a rematch and everybody seeing if the first fight like was a fluke. But I think it's a solid matchup, or Izzy's got to fight like some young up and coming guys, and I don't think that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, 100%. You've also seen him get done there by Kamaru Usman in that clip. Kamaru Usman takes the takedown. Faked the takedown, and he sprawled like a motherfucker, and he knew he was caught straight away. One other dude, and Sterling, we'll come to you on this one. We've seen him training with, well, I say training with, like the footage that I've seen, they were kind of training on opposite sides of the room, but with Sean O'Malley. Do you think Izzy's trying to mix something up here, like change his mindset, try and get back into a striking position that we've seen him prior in the past? You know what I mean?
Bro, honestly, I thought that was super interesting when I saw him training with Sean. Both just super stylish, got a crazy style too to deal with. I think he's just trying to train with as much people as possible. I think he knows he only has 2 to 3 fights left in his career, so he's just trying to train. Like him training with Kamaru Usman is amazing. Sean O'Malley, amazing. Robert Whittaker was dope. Like, it's just cool, honestly, seeing these guys train with each other in general. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Y'all know I'm a Sean Strickland dude here. But if there's the most winnable fight for him is Sean Strickland. You know what I'm saying, dog? Like, if he wants to come back and not worry about getting head kicked, not worry about having to grapple, just go in there and have a fight, dude. I mean, boys, let's be honest. He underestimated the fuck out of Sean. That first fight, and that was crazy. Like, I was sitting on my couch, I could not believe it. Like, I said I was going for Sean kind of as a joke, kind of just, just to rep on my boy because I got to like with Bryce Mitchell, John Silva. I know going into that I'm not gonna have a good time, but I got to stand with my boy. So it was just surprising. Even stop it, don't do that, man. I was traumatized. I was traumatized, man. But yeah, boys, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. For me personally, I think the most winnable fight for him is Sean Strickland. I saw Anakin right here talking about delete say. I wouldn't mind that either, I guess, but. I mean, what do you boys see for him? I don't think he's washed either, Cross. I'm with Cross. I think the wash thing is crazy. I think he's still one of the baddest motherfuckers to do this shit. And bro, let's be real. Izzy can fight anyone, and we'll all still tune in. So he still has that name value. But Kraken, I mean, what do you think about it, bro? And is there anybody that you boys want to see him fight besides Strickland?
Yeah, man. I don't know. Maybe I want to see him with Paulo Costa. I don't know.
That'd be a fun rematch.
Yeah, that'd be a fun rematch.
That's a fun rematch, bro.
Yeah, because then like he has that thing to fall back on, that I knocked this guy out once, so he'll have that confidence. Because I also think like Izzy's trying to like be the style bender he was like 5 years ago, and he's not that guy, so, and he's slower. So I think him to be that style bender is kind of like fucking him in the head, because like he got clipped by, for God's sake, Sean Strickland. And like I didn't watch that fight because I was on a plane, right? And like when somebody texted me that like Strickland just knocked down Izzy, I was like, what do you mean? How does that make sense? But then I guess Izzy succumbing to his age, he should just like do like what Volkanovski did with his last fight. Like don't go to the danger. Let the danger come to you. Yes, he's always been a counter puncher, but like, bro, run. He's done his work. He's been the guy creeping for the finishes. So all he has to do is just run back, counter punch. Because everybody's trying to make a name out of themselves from Izzy. Everybody's trying to
how long I've been waiting for this? I'm about to make a name for myself here.
Yeah, bro, like it's that. Everybody wants to slay the beast. Everybody wants to slay the beast, and that's what Izzy should be doing. Like just making sure he's protecting his legacy while giving us those nice fights again. Yeah.
Kraken, what did you think about that fight with him and Imavov? I didn't like it.
Yeah, and also, why is he training with David Goggin? Because he's never been the guy to like not. He's never struggled.
He doesn't mentally break. Yeah, like to go fight Alex Pereira and knock him the fuck out after he sparked you, after he beat you in that fight. Like that's so much mentality, and fight him 3 times. That dude's terrifying.
He just needs to learn to fight for his age. He should be doing what Volkanovski did. And the Imavov fight, like I think he went into that fight thinking he's Izzy. Like I said, he went to this thinking he'll duck the punches and he'll be that guy, but then he's not. So he should learn to fight his age. He should learn to fight his age. Yeah.
I think also when you think about the counter striking that he came in there with, it was obviously like Silver-esque, you know what I mean? And I think that was more generational too. And you're looking at the guys that are coming in now and how the game's evolved, how the sport's evolved, how styles have evolved. You know what I mean? People have adapted and they can kind of just get around that counter striking because I just need to pressure this guy. I need to push forward. Sean Strickland's shown that himself. You know what I mean? Whether that was more on Izzy or whether that was just Sean shutting down his style. Probably more likely the latter, you know what I mean? So it's it'll be interesting to see if he can just change up his style a little bit and come in a different way that he does things to see who he can come back against. There were some good shouts there that was in the chat, you know what I mean? Izzy versus Vittori, Brendan Allen obviously is another good shout. And then
I like Paulo Costa.
Paulo Costa, yeah, that's a good one too. And then like making the walk said, like Cross said, it's a game of inches and he's just an inch slower. As in Strickland is a dope fight and it makes sense. I'd be down to watch a rematch on that one. And I think obviously with Sean just losing to Drickus the way that he did, it makes sense as well, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's the perfect build too, bro. It's and we're gonna have that press conference is gonna be crazy again. I think we're still gonna get some clips out of it. Like it's gonna be a fun build up too.
Yeah. All right, what do you boys, Cross, we'll come to you first, mate, but like there seems to be so much happening in so many of these divisions now. I mean, like featherweight, you got Eel who's just left. Obviously, Volk's just won it. There's so much movement going on there now. Who's going to step up and fight Volk next? What does that look like? You've got my boy Arnold Allen's waiting to come back in on the sidelines. You've got everybody else moving towards it. You've got Movsar Evloev sitting there too. You then look at the lightweight division. You've got Ilya trying to go up against Islam. This is another point that I wanted to bring on and talk about too, but he's potentially going to be moving up to fight JDM if he wins against Bilal. That also just messes up like the welterweight division too, because then if Islam moves up and he beats JDM, who does he match up next? What does it look like for the boys that are already in the division? You've then got this interim champ going on at the middleweight. I mean that middle stack, and then actually you could even go all the way up to heavyweight. You've got John Jones and Tom Aspinall that we're waiting on, and interim champ for how long? Like there just seems to be so much in the air right now with all the divisions. Even light heavyweight, Ankalaev Pereira. Go ahead, Cross.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, man, like gone are the days where like we have these long reigning champions. I think what we're seeing now is gonna be more the norm. Like we're gonna see guys only defending like maybe once, maybe twice, and then we get a new champion, and it just keeps turning over. And then we got to think about it, man. This is a dangerous sport. Guys are gonna get hurt, injuries are gonna happen, and then somebody's gonna get an opportunity. And then once you start getting to the top of the division, it's all about the UFC schedule. And that's why guys, once they get to the top, they can't be as active because the UFC has to make things work from a business perspective. And that's why it can make things difficult. But I think just all this movement is just going to be more signs of what's to come.
Which is why what Izzy did, Cross, was crazy. That dude was fighting every 2 to 3 months, it felt like, boys.
Like our most active champ we've seen in a long time,
dude. And Volkanovski too, like it was insane. Pereira. But here's another question I just thought about as you were talking, Cross, like because like the Anderson Silva, the GSP 10+ title streaks. Do you think it's because the competition as well has gotten better to where like every fight these champions fight, they're fighting a fucking murderer?
I mean, I think as with anything, as things mature and you get more evolution, I think defending your title 10 times back then in that time would be the equivalent of probably getting like 4 defenses now.
That's a great point.
You just think about it. Like the guys you got to go up against, there's no easy title defense.
There's no Rich Franklin. There's no Forrest Griffin.
No. Like you're not, it's going to be very rare that you fight somebody that just has a complete hole in their game somewhere.
Yeah.
So whoever you fight, they're going to be so well-rounded, so good, so elite everywhere that you can't go in there like, oh, I can hang my hat on this because this guy can't do this at all.
You're already seeing that with a lot of the prospects that are coming into Kraken. Welcome to you in this one. Like, so as the boys have just said there, like you probably, the way that it works is we're not really going to be having people that are going to be long-standing champions. How does that work for the sport? And this goes back to a video that MakingTheWalk made as well about the UFC. Like, does the UFC have a star problem? How do you think that falls for fans, especially with how fickle MMA fans can be? Like, if somebody can't be a champ for so long, build up that rapport, build up that star power, build up every single little bit of presence that they have, does that have a negative effect to the UFC or to the sport or the fan base in any way that you think?
I personally think it's like great, because like everybody in the top 10 or everybody in the top 15, they one performance away from becoming this boogeyman, because I remember I didn't know who Ilia Topuria was. No, I didn't know who he was until he did what he did to Volkanovski, and I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Because then it was like a juggernaut,
Yeah.
It was like a juggernaut.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Because bro, I was looking at him from the Volkanovski fight, right? Then he knocked him out, obviously. Then with the Max Holloway fight, after the performance he had at 300, bro, it broke my heart because I was like, he looked like a train, he looked like a train. And look at what Paddy's also doing. Paddy's also another beast, bro. Paddy's also a beast because he's just like a train, bro. He keeps just chugging along. Teddy just keeps chugging along, bro. So everybody just has that. Cause like I think like all those back in the olden days, everybody would have to like have like a great title defense. You know, they like check for instance what Michael Bisping did. With the
That's a good
you
point.
see he broke out while he was winning a title, but now nobody needs to break out before winning a title. You could break out by winning like a top five, a top five, a top
Mhm.
five fight. You know, then I think it brings it gives us more stars because then now we know that take for instance we have Islam, right? We have Paddy, we have Justin, we have Dustin, you know, like we have all these people and everybody, it just gives somebody that one fight to break out, you know, that one fight outside the championship.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's the perfect like I think the UFC is just sleeping on what they have, or maybe they are the one that manufactured it. But like, I think it's a great structure that we have currently.
Yeah. It's
And
just
and bro,
evolving.
and you get guys like Bo Nichols and guys like Peyton Talabat and all these guys that have like
See?
Carlos Prates that like already
Who?
have insane hype. Don't do that to me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, dog? You got cracking. You got guys like Daniel Zayhooter who aren't even in the top
Who?
10. I hate you guys.
Zelhuba?
No, Kraken, you know what I'm saying, bro.
It's the
So
Talabat.
you get Peyton Talabot, you got the Hooters of the world who are like not
The
Bo
Hooters?
Nickel, who hasn't even fought nobody even in top 15, but like they have this crazy
They'll
build
have-
for them already. So when they get top
Yes.
10, we're already like, give them the title. And it's like, what the fuck?
Yes, you see,
But what-
yeah,
The point
what we
that I
have.
was coming at is like you end up with your champ that loses one title fight and everybody forgets them. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to know them. All of a sudden it's remember the name. Like it's a wild way that people look at it sometimes. But obviously you mentioned Islam and things again there. So I just wanted to come back to him, boys. What do you think is happening with Islam right now? Like where is that gonna go? Is Ilya like because my man there Mo just dropped in any news on 317, and that also links in with the Tom Aspinall and John Jones rumors that are kind of flying around too. So, do we think like do we just need to wait until the JDM Bilal fight plays out to see what's happening there?
I'm gonna say this. I think the number one benefitter from DDP getting injured is Ilya Taporia. Because now, hey, the UFC they gotta put on something big for International Fight Week. It's only two options. There are only two big fights out there. That's John Jones, Aspinall, and that's Islam and Ilya.
That's true.
Like I think they're just gonna say forget it, and like we just gotta make this happen because it's International Fight Week. It has to be a big event. Like we're gonna dole out the money to make the fight, and we all know it's only two big fights out there right now. Only two.
Or maybe they could cancel O'Malley versus Marab and make Marab versus Pantoja.
Hey. Well, there is also talks that Sean is injured too. Apparently, there was.
Yeah, you saw that.
Well, I saw a video of some guy on the beach on crutches, but you couldn't tell if it was Sean or not. Like the video I seen was blurry as shit. Like I was like, is that even Sean? Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Hey, Volk Islam trilogy?
Don't do that to vote, Leroy. Just enjoy. Hey, just enjoy the championship right now, bro. Don't do that.
He would take it too, though. He would definitely take it. Yeah, I mean,
for sure. Now I gotta ask you guys something because I have a thought on this. So we've been hearing all the news about Islam doesn't want to fight Ilya because he's already fought. Everybody's gonna say he's got just wins over all these featherweights. I kind of see where he's coming from. What's in it for Islam if he goes out and beats Ilya? What does Islam get from him? Everybody's like, he just beat another 45er that's moving up.
Thank you, bro.
So I totally get that. I totally get it. Unfortunately, the most exciting fight in the division is with Ilya. Unfortunately.
Or Justin Gaethje.
My rebuttal to that, and this is kind of backing Ilya up and every single one of them. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Dustin Poirier, he was a featherweight, but he ain't been a featherweight in the longest motherfucking time. These guys aren't walking around at 145. They're all walking around heavier than that. They made 145 for one fucking day, son. They get on that scale, they hit 145, and then they're back up to 165 before they get anywhere near that octagon or plus. You know what I mean? You look at Islam. He's making 155. He's walking in there probably about 180, maybe more. You know what I mean? He's absolutely fucking huge. Like, I get what people are saying of, oh, he's only beat featherweight. No, like he's beat featherweight on paper. Let's go back to an Anthony Smith moment here. You know what I mean? On paper, for that split second that they hit that scale, they are a 145er. But actual fact, in reality, when they're walking around, they ain't 145ers, bro.
Hey, also McDane, not to interrupt you, but did y'all see when Topuria was on Joe Rogan and Joe Rogan was talking about how big Islam was? Topuria looked a little. That boy's voice got a little not as deep. That boy was like, "Oh, really? How big?" And Joe was like, "Have you seen Islam? He's fucking massive." And then Ilya was like, "Oh, how big is he?" And Joe was like, "At least 200 pounds." And Ilya's whole kind of he took a step back. He took a step back. And
I think he tried to be cocky in a few moments. He tried to be cocky in a few moments and was like, "Yeah, but you know," like, and just try to reel it back a little bit. Like, I like to read. I read books. He's like, "Yeah, what kind of books?" He was like, "Books."
Yeah.
As soon as Islam beats Ilya, immediately devalues the title, defends, people will automatically jump on that. But he was a featherweight narrative. 100% people are going to do that. But like I say, that my thought process to that is like, you can jump on that all you want, but it's bullshit when you think about what they're actually walking around at.
It's a good point.
That's just the way that I see it. You know
it's like calling Charles Oliveira 145. It's like, bro, that was ages ago.
But we all know Islam's gonna wait to see if JDM beats Belal.
100%.
Then he's gonna go up to 170 because him going up and winning at 170 is a way bigger thing on his legacy than beating Ilya Topuria.
And crossover. You know, Belal's probably still thinking that he's not gonna fight him, and Islam's like, "Bitch, I'm gonna go in there and ragdoll you."
Mm-hmm. Khabib doesn't want it though, so I think because Khabib doesn't want it, he'll be like, "Okay, all right, Dad, no worry, I'm not gonna do it." You know what I mean?
I think Khabib posted a bull, like on his story or something on Instagram.
Yeah, he did.
Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
Hey,
so
El Matador. I mean, bro. I mean, there's only 3 fights for Islam. You know what I'm saying? He's got no choice. He's got Belal, he's got Justin Gaethje, and he's got Ilya. So it's like that's the only 3 fights we all really want to see.
Mm-hmm. Or, like we said, you got John Jones and Tom Aspinall sitting there pretty. Kale Sonnen came out and was talking shit, saying that he knows that the thing's already made, it's already signed. They're just waiting on announcing it or whatever. But how true is that? I don't know, because there was also a clip of Kale sitting on his YouTube channel saying that Cyril Gane and Tom Aspinall are signed for an interim belt. So it's like,
oh, for real?
Are they really going to make Tom sit and defend that belt for a second time?
That's surprising. That's very surprising. Now a matchup I could see them doing for Javan Almeida is Cyril Gane.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that should be the number 1 contender to fight the winner of John versus Tom.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Tom then, yeah.
No chance.
Just letting that one fly in there. Let's move on to this third and final clip that, as we were discussing, obviously divisions being up in the air. This is another one here for another man who's struggling at the moment because he doesn't feel like he's actually getting his shot. So let's have a look at this one.
In the UFC's featherweight division, Movsar Evloev continues to climb the ranks, but the Russian fighter says he's hitting a wall in his quest for gold. Despite his undefeated streak and a number 4 ranking, the 30-year-old Russian still finds himself on the outside looking in when it comes to a title shot. In a recent interview with Kolos on MMA, Evloev didn't hold back, acknowledging the uphill battle he faces. He said, quote, "As I understand it, the UFC is trying to keep me as far away from anything title related as possible. I was at UFC 314. After the fight, I had the opportunity to talk to the UFC. They did not want this. When the event was over, we were walking out through the hallway. Volk was there, standing not far from me, talking to the fans and staff. I wanted to go up to him and congratulate him, but the security guys didn't let me and took me to the opposite side. This shows who the UFC wants to see in the next title fight. Apparently, in their eyes, I am not worthy of the title yet. Give me the opportunity to prove that I am worthy. If 9 wins in the best organization in the world isn't enough, I'm ready to fight 9 more times." What do you guys think? Has Evloev done enough for a title shot? And if so, is the UFC holding him back from the opportunity? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't be afraid to hit the like button whilst you're there.
Dana and the fans want to see knockouts. Nobody wants to see another boring ass grappling merchant absolutely dominate a division with his wrestling style. No, I'm joking. I like the grappling, I like wrestling. But this brother ain't got no personality. He ain't got no star power. He ain't got no pull. He ain't got no draw. He ain't got no knockouts. Boys, Sterling, let's come to you first. What's your thoughts on this?
Bro, you know I'm right behind you there, dog. And it's kind of nerd because, like, you don't want to say you don't like grappling because you feel like a casual. So you don't want to be like, oh, fucking grappling sucks because you feel like a casual. But god damn, man, this grappling sucks. Like, it's terrible. And like you said, bro, personality is trash. I know everyone from Dagestan is not Sean O'Malley. I know they're not taking selfies on the fucking mountains. But, like, fucking A, man. Like, Khabib sort of crossed over. He was dominant. But with his grappling, bro, he was trying to fucking put you out on the ground. These dudes are more just holding you there to get through the fight. So I think Dana's getting tired of these guys, like the Bilals, the Ankalaevs. The guys are just kind of just making it a bit slow now. So, and like you said too, McDane, he has no finishes. He has no fucking finishes. So it's like it's hard to even like hype him up to casuals, bro. Like a dude that's never seen the UFC and he comes out and fights. Like, what am I gonna say to get him really pumped up to watch Evloev? Like guys like us, we know he's dominant, so we fuck with it. And you kind of gotta at some point the rankings gotta mean something. So you can't just keep pushing them off and giving them fucking guys. But I mean, you boys tell me, bro. Like, are y'all really? If they announced fucking Volk versus Evloev next, are we really? Is it really gonna get our dicks hard rather than like an Arnold Allen fight or Yair Rodriguez 2 or something like that? You know what I'm saying? So it's hard, bro. It's hard.
If I could see Volk knock his ass out, that would get my dick hard. You know what I mean? I'd be buzzing with that. But at the same time,
he could get mauled for 5 rounds, and it sucks.
One thing I want to say in the personality, you can't tie them all with the same brush. Like Islam is funny as fuck.
Yes,
like funny as fuck. You know what I mean? And then you also look at Marab. Let's go over to the Georgian Machine. You know what I mean? Like that dude has got fucking personality pouring out of his ears. You know what I mean? Like,
but they're the very few though.
And they're exciting. Like,
and
you're going to tune in every time that you're going to see them. Like this dude just doesn't seem to have anything. Kraken, what's your thoughts on Evloev? Does he deserve to go up for that title shot next?
Yeah, man. I think the type of grapplers that Evloev is a star killer. You know, they're a star killer, just like Ankalaev. You know, they're a star killer. They're bad for business. You know, like I think what he needs to do is do what Marab did. You know, like find a way to be a hero in a you know, because everybody was like Dagestanis, like Umar, like he's gonna continue father's legacy. What you know? Then Marab came and he was showboating, you know, like we knew that he was like not like good with the mics and stuff, but like we just needed that. We need somebody to like take initiative, you know. Yes, he has a bird personality, but like show us in the cage, man. Like bring some style, you know, bring some style. Like look at what O'Malley used to do, you know, showboating, you know, even though he was fighting cans, like you know, like showboating, try to build yourself up, you know, because I think if he keeps on doing what he's doing, he'll be a gatekeeper, you know, because the UFC will make him fight like a number 8 guy who might be lucky enough to get like a KO and make a name for himself and take his position, you know, because I think that's the problem. Don't be a star killer, bro. Don't be a star killer. We need you to be a star.
Cross.
Guys, I'm going to be that guy.
Oh, I know.
Bro.
Every fucking time.
Bro,
I know.
He should have got the last title shot. He beat the guy fighting for the title. Like the wins have to matter, people. Like
on the boys' debut though, on Lopez's debut, and then you got to look at what he done after it.
It's still a win. It's still a win. It's got to matter for something. If it's not going to matter, then none of it at all matters. Like we've already seen it happen. Like it doesn't matter if you don't want to give these guys a shot. They're just going to keep winning. And then when they get their chance, they're just going to win the title. Put these guys in there. Let them be champions. Let all these people, once somebody shows that you can beat that style, then the book's going to be out and it's only going to make the entire sport better. Cause now we're going to have more people coming up learning how to defeat that style. Because as we see, the champions are dominated by grapplers. 125, 135, 155, 170, 205, heavyweight wrestler. I mean, I'm just saying, like, a lot of these guys that get these quality wins, it may not be exciting, but eventually the best is gonna get there. Period. Whether you like it or not, the best is gonna get there. And I think, you know what I mean? Like, you can be exciting, but if you ain't winning fights, does it really matter?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
no, that's a damn good point of obviously making there. Like, if that's what's going to be dominating the divisions and dominating the sport, then these guys are going to have to actually like improve their game to overcome that and get past it. You know what I mean? Like, so a good point, and a good way of looking at it. But I don't know, man. Like, it just doesn't put bums in seats, and they look at it from the business point of view. You know what I mean? If Evloev's American crossover would tossed into the curb already, 100%,
1,000%, Leroy. We got Kraken. I don't know if you know this. This is crossover Nurmagomedov. I'm glad you're able to meet my brother here. He is.
Guys, we have an American right here. There's an American right there, guys. Right there.
Yes, sir. Fulkin, Texas own. Scotland,
Texas disowned. If a fighter is boring, he has to have a gimmick. It's the only way. 100% kind of agree with that as well.
Let Ali Abdelaziz just run his Twitter, man. He'll get a personality overnight.
Fuck, he runs too many Twitter accounts at this point, boys. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable. And then what was he saying? He also whips it to the body, though. It's freaking devastating. I've never seen power like that since Anthony Johnson and Jeremy Steven. That is a good point. He does like to go for the body shot quite a lot as well. So. And the Pico shout. I mean, I think Lord
of Pies. I saw that in the chat. Yeah,
the Pico shout was a damn good one as well. But sorry, it's up there. I clicked on the wrong comments. And Movsar versus Pico is a damn good fight that I would want to see. How good Pico's Dagestani wrestling really is. You know what I mean? So there's definitely some matchups for him there. But the brother clearly wants that title fight next. But it's going to be Ankalaev all over again. I don't see them giving it to him. You know what I mean? They're just going to keep stringing him on until he's literally undeniable to the point where they're like, right, we can't actually duck this guy anymore. So who outside of Pico, who do you think he's going to get matched up with next? Sterling.
Man, I was hoping you're gonna go to Cross first or Kraken because I feel like he's fought everyone already. So I mean, and when I say it's a rematch. So he kind of has to fight. And what Cross was saying too, bro, it's gonna turn into boxing if we don't give guys fights based on like dominance. And I said earlier too, like at some point the rankings gotta mean something, bro. Like being a top 5 guy has gotta be fucking. You gotta get some type of something out of it.
Yo.
But I like that,
bro. He's got to get a top 5 win first.
Yeah.
One top 5 win, and you can throw him in a title fight.
Arnold Allen,
perfect,
hey,
bro.
You're always trying to throw my boy in there, bro. What are you all about? You know what I mean?
Come on,
no, because we know he's worthy. We know he's worthy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He's worthy, but I think Arnie's got a bit more fight IQ. Probably does him. Not biased though.
Well, hey, I was about to say not biased at all.
Not biased at all. You know what I mean? Man over here rocking the almighty merch. By the way, people. There's a sale on at the store just now, so go and get yourself some Almighty merch.
Shout out Almighty. But bro, it would just be an interesting fight. Besides that, it's just the only fight I can see is the champ. Unless you boys got something else for him. I mean, that's the only 2 fights that like everything else is a rematch, and he's dominated everybody he's fought.
Yeah, I think make him fight Lopez again.
Boom. I was just about to say
Lopez
that.
has that star power.
Just about to say
give him a full camp now. Power. Hey, yeah, that's a good point, Crack. And he showed us he belongs there too. That fight against Volk was, I mean, he held his own, bro.
That was badass.
Yeah.
Lopez was a champ, bro. Lopez was a champ, and Volkanovski just made sure he fought his age. He didn't go slugging with the kids. You know, fight your age, win the title. He has the money. He has everything. All he just has to do now is just protect his legacy. That was what Volkanovski was doing. You know, he was fighting like he was the champ. So I think, let him fight Lopez, and let's see how that fight turns out. And maybe, hopefully, listen, Cross, come on, man, just give me a chance. Okay?
Let's go, Kraken. Let's go.
Give me a chance. Come on, give me a chance.
Cross has only got one man on his mind.
Yeah,
bro. Did we already know who Diego Lopez is gonna fight? He's fighting Yair Rodriguez. Like that presser has already been made, bro. Like, what are we talking about? That's the fight that's happening. Damn, like it's already built.
give your guy a fair shot. You know, like let him get the star power from. You know,
That's a good point.
maybe we can have the Rodriguez fight if Lopez wins, or if he loses, we can have that. But like, I'm trying to set your guy up for like
That's
a
a good
really good.
point.
You know, I'm trying to
If,
set him up.
if I'm honest, I think Movsar is a terrible stylistic matchup for Rodriguez. He's not going to give him the space to pull off the little fancy flicks that he does. You know what I mean? He's really not. He's just going to push forward. He's going to pressure him. He's going to take him down, and he's going to make it one dirty fight for 3-5 rounds, whatever they're doing.
See,
Yeah,
this
that's
right
a good
here.
point. That's a good point, Jax.
Bro, Jax is over here cooking with hot grease.
Dog, that is a great point. If we lose
Shame
that
the
fight,
man's
that's
still in the
gonna
basement.
suck.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of which, I can't wait to get back to that scoreboard this weekend, boys. I've missed the banter in the chat. Yeah, I mean, the shit is getting flung left, right, and center. I've missed it. It's only been a week, but we'll be getting back to it. So before we wrap this up, boys, that has just us hit an hour there. We got any other points that have happened this week that you boys can think of that you want to chuck in and just have a little chat about?
Hey man, anybody who's like near the UFC fight this weekend, please tell Cameron Summerton to unblock me, man.
Why did you get blocked? Why did you get
I
blocked?
don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. Because I'm like, maybe I was spamming him like MMA content or something when he blocked me. Because then I'm like, bro, come on. He doesn't even look at me when we're like. Because I remember I was at the airport for the Drickus homecoming thing, and he didn't even look at me. Because I was like, bro, I want a handshake. Just give me a. But like, you know, I think ever since he blocked me, he's never won a fight. So yeah, I'm reaching out to him right now.
Brother, I think the guy that can get you in touch with that is Yao. I think we can get you in touch with kick him in the head, and we can get y'all in touch.
Mm-hmm. Or even Ola. Yeah, I mean, Ola's had him on the show. Ola's
Ola's
the
CEO of the Fight Week show too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we could do that. You know, yeah, let's do that. Like have a young therapy session. Like with one of the guys, like mediating it. You know,
you just got to reach out, bro. You got to reach out. Yeah,
I mean Leroy's got his number.
We can rekindle our relationship, me and him.
I had Sadiq Yusuf block me on Twitter, and I never even noticed, like, because I enjoy seeing his tweets and shit, and I never said anything bad about him at all. And I went to go, I was like, I've not seen this brother post in a while. Like, I tried to go on his Twitter page. I was like, damn, he blocked me. I was like, what did I do? So then I went to, I was just like, yo, somebody tag Sadiq and ask him what the fuck I did and get this brother to unlock me. Eventually, he unlocked me. And he was like, you must have just got caught in the crosshairs. Like, he must have read something and was just like, fuck that guy, and just fucking blocked me or something. He was like, sorry, you got caught in the crossfire. Like, I was like, cool. And then he sent me a shit ton of merch, a UFC bag fucking full of rash guards and all sorts of shit. I got some Venom gloves and fucking everything off this dude. Like,
I'll send you my address, McCain.
Yeah. I'll just send some of it back over to the States. You know how much import tax I had to pay on that shit because his brother put how much this stuff was worth. I was like, nah, bro, you say it's a gift. Yeah, I mean, you say it's a gift and the value is $30. So that way I don't need to pay nothing. Yeah, I mean, I had to pay some stupid money to get that shit. But anyway, anything else, boys? Got else you want to throw in there?
I can't think any of the stories on the top of my head, man.
I think we've covered most of them. I think we've covered.
Yeah, just looking forward to UFC Kansas City now.
Thank God we're back, dude. Anthony Smith's last fight, retirement fight. This is it.
It's a bit of a wild retirement fight, though, boys. I thought it would have been a bit more of a legacy name, if I'm honest with you.
Like Volkan Oezdemir, that would have been a fun ass retirement.
He can't fight up.
Come on,
I know he can't, but at the same time, like,
you always got to be something. How many fights in a row is Anthony Smith
man, he's a legend, brother. Tony lost 12 in a row, and we let him keep fighting. Come on, son.
Like, Anthony Smith is like the Holland of that division. You know what I mean? He's just so active. He just takes fights for the sake of taking fights. You know what I mean?
Cross, I know he's American, so he's not your favorite guy, but you got to give it to him, okay? I know you're going against the Chinaman in this, but you got to show some respect on paper, brother.
I haven't heard the word basement in a week and a half, and I'm sure that's going to change soon. We've already heard it. We've already heard it about 5 times tonight, so we're already 2 days out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So bro, I think Zhang is going to do some bad things to Anthony Smith this weekend, boys.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, dog. I don't got Smith winning this fight, but it's going to be Bryce Mitchell, John Silva. I'm going to pick him. I'm gonna pick
just for America.
Just for America, dog.
Jack saying, I feel like Smith should just shadow box for a round, and then we let him sit down. He might even lose that.
It's
member
gonna be,
up pre.
Let's go. He can't fight up. Let's just hope he stays up. Bro's going to turtle position, 30 seconds flat. All right. Well, that's not how we want to end the show here, people.
I know, yeah. We're just absolutely shitting on a legend of the sport here. So let's just wrap this up. So everybody that's been joining us so far, we've got 91 of you motherfuckers tuning in. I want to say a big thank you and a big shout out. One more shout out to Ola and the wife. Happy anniversary, guys. Cheers for letting me the host of the Fight Week show, Dust Stop Shakedown this week. And make sure you are dropping a follow on the Fight Week show, on my man SDAWGSMMATALK, on my man Crossover MMA, and as well down to Kraken. I'm sorry, brother. Shout your shit out. I want to say hats off for donning that entire fucking outfit for the entire hour, bro.
Amazing.
I'd have taken that headgear off like 55 minutes ago. So big shout out to you. But drop your channel, brother.
Yeah, man. Like they can catch me on Free Range CTE or Aki the Kraken on social media, man. Like that's me. And yeah, man. Thanks for having me, man. And I think y'all just gave me a gimmick. I'm a be in all the fights with this thing on. I know it's hot.
Let's go.
Just like Derek Lewis's balls is hot, man. My ears is hot right now.
I bet you turned that heater off as well, didn't you? You're like, damn, it ain't so cold in here anymore. You know what I mean?
Still on. It's still on. It's still on.
My man's killing it. So make sure you drop all of these boys a subscription. Make sure you drop them a follow. Make sure you're dropping likes on all of the videos and check out the content that they're pushing out weekly. My man's always pushing out some kind of interview left, right, and center. You know what I mean? We got the John Anik of Texas over here. We've got Cross dropping fucking all of the breakdowns, all of the recap videos, absolutely everything. I want to see you do some interviews, brother. That's what I want to see from you. And obviously,
cross-examination.
Last but not least, follow your boy, people. I'm on my way to 1,000 subscribers. Got 943 in the bank so far. Just dropped a video if you've not watched it already on the UFC's next move. Actually, that was another point of news that I've seen today is Netflix aren't looking too keen on joining the UFC in a broadcast deal. But go and check out that video, have a little look and see who you think might be popping up on that one. I'm also working on one right now that is to do with the UFC and Meta making a partnership and what that could look like for the fan experience going forward. So drop a follow on the channel and check those videos out. Anyway, let's wrap this up. We're going to have the prediction show on Friday. As always, you know what I mean? Again, always not going to be there, but join me, the boys, you know what I mean? Yao will be there. S-Dogs might join us, even though he's not in the competition. He likes to join us every now and again. Crossover will be there. Fucking Jax might even creep out of the basement and pop up too. So just make sure you tune in on Friday, people. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you very much. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.
Hey guys, this is John Anik from the UFC. You're watching the Fight Week show. Please subscribe. Not now, but right now. Subscribe to the Fight Week show. We'll see you guys on the road soon.